My goodness, look at the time. I was given the title this morning. Let me just read what I've written. Titled 2012 No More Business as Usual. Frankly, I'm not sure where I'm going this morning. Spirit woke me up at exactly 1:11. I was instantly wide awake and had the overwhelming feeling that everything is working as it needs to work, no matter how it may look to me or anyone else. The message: you are not alone. I didn't know till less than 10 minutes ago that I was going to start at 2:22. I was thinking when I came out of the meditation room that I was going to start at 3:33, and I came and started looking at the emails that came in since I went to bed around, well, what was it, 10:30 or so. And Spirit said, no, get ready to do your video now. I mean, and this is like, my God, it's after 2 o'clock when I got that message. As I said, it was not 10 minutes preparation time. I had to quick light the candles. And today I remembered to do the sound check. What happened yesterday in the video is I started the video at 4:44. And then I realized, hey, I didn't do a sound check. And for people that have been listening for a long time, you know that the couple of times way back last year, the videos that I did had gibberish, total gibberish. And so I've learned that I have to make sure that everything is in sync and recording my actual voice and not gibberish. And when I did the sound check this morning, it was, yep, gibberish. The first sound check was gibberish, and then I do a second sound check, and then it's usually okay. So I have to always remember to do the sound check first because I don't know whether it's going to be gibberish or my real voice. Yesterday, it actually would have been okay to continue at 4:44, and I thought I rushed it through quickly enough to get the sound check in and still start before 4:45 hit, and it must have changed right as I started because when I looked, it was still 44 when I hit the thing, but it must have changed right at that very instant, as far as I know. Anyway, why do I even do such things when it's business? No more business as usual. Maybe it means that they're going to be getting me up at a different time and I'm going to be doing this, starting the videos at a different time. I have no clue. I have no clue what that means, but I'm absolutely wide awake. Had a beautiful meditation this morning. Yesterday I was a little bit anxious as I continued to take legal steps. I was in the courthouse again yesterday, and of course they're still planning to put my house up for auction as far as I know. That's the plan. I've heard nothing to the contrary, and that's the 15th of February. And I'm a busy beaver working in some projects that will make that not happen. Um, I'm gathering information, and I purposefully do not want to go into detail until things are done. Then I will share what needs to be shared and give you the rest of the story. But right now, I can't do that. But I have to tell you that there's no small amount of anxiety that goes on with me in these times. I mean, I have moments when fear is present, and when the fear comes up, instantly all of these channeled messages of fear negates everything. Fear brings you what you don't want, and all of these new age and new thought and spiritual messages of how we've got to fight fear, fight fear, fight fear. I want to tell you something in my own life. When I try not to be afraid, yeah, right. I mean, I can turn my mind a little bit, and so can you, but I can't stop fear. We live in a fear-based world. That's the truth. We've been generation after generation this has gone on and on and on and on. We've trained our children. Well, money doesn't grow on trees, and trained our children to feel lack and to have to ask permission to do things instead of being able to go with the flow and being free. And we think, well, we've got to protect them. They're just little kids. And there's maybe some truth in that, maybe not as much as we think there is, because that's how we were all trained. We pass on. It's not human nature to, when we observe how humans are behaving on this planet, and people say, well, that's human nature. No, it's human nurture. That came out in the Mystics in Training class yesterday when they said, well, that's you. Somebody said, well, that's human nature. And I instantly had the thing, no, I corrected. No, it's not human nature. It's human nurture. It's the way we've been trained. We've been brainwashed to think of lack, to think of ourselves as being weaker than we actually are. And the system that has grown up around us, including the government, including the courts, including the corporations, including the banks, including everything in our culture, our education, everything is brainwash material to make us think we're less than we actually are, we're weak, we're powerless, rather than the powerful creators we really are. And then we have these religion things that says you're not allowed to have negative emotions, you're not allowed to have an ego, you're not allowed to have this. And all of these rules are laid up on top of us, and we don't know who we are. We if we're not psychotic as our leaders are, we're at least all neurotics, because we're in a strange world where we're being trained against our very nature to be free. Our nature is freedom. Our nature is to be sovereign, to have total choice and total free will to do what we feel we need to do. And when we follow that, we don't do bad things. We do bad things because we've been trained to do bad things. That's the training. That's not our human nature. Our human nature is good. God didn't make junk. I'm sorry, the Creator, when He created us, or when she created us, or when they created us, the Creator did not mess up. But we've created a world where everything is messed up. Everything. And the message, the title, No More Business as Usual. I think that's a message from Spirit. I feel it as a message from Spirit, that they're saying to us, not just to me, but to all of us who have ears to hear. It's not going to be the way it's always been. I know you're in the mindset that, well, that's the way it's always been, and that's how we've been trained to think. But they're saying, no, it's not going to be that way. The changes are really coming. One of the emails that I got to look at this morning, somebody posted on, I think it was it posted on my Facebook page? I don't remember where I read it. Somebody sent a message about the White Dragon Society, and it's another form of control, and they're worried about it. Look, I don't know. I don't know how things are going to pan out. I do know a couple of things. We're not alone, but they, the extraterrestrials, the angelic realm, are not going to do it for us. This is something that man has to work out in 3 dimensions in order to transform the 3 dimensions to the 4th dimension, the 5th dimension. I read Matthew's message yesterday, and man, he talks about 5th dimensional beings that are not spiritually awake. And I thought, man, Matthew, where are you coming from? I thought 5th dimension was all about being spiritually awake and not just intellectually astute. But that's one of his remarks and one of his comments that comes to me right now. But one of the things that I keep hearing over and over and over again, we're not going to do it for you. You are the ones you've been waiting for. Or looking at it from this, we are the ones we've been waiting for. I've been trying to get us to see that. So there's going to be plans, and are going to be people from the Illuminati that may be somewhat involved in the good plans? I don't know. Probably so. And if they are, good for them. That means they've turned the corner. Now there's quite a few comments have come in over the past few days about this $125,000 that Benjamin Fulford talked about and that's just from Japan. That's just funds from Japan. They're going to make sure everybody gets 125. How about all of the other the World Trust, the Saint Germain World Trust, for example? And one of the things, I think it was Matthew's message. It says there's quadrillions of dollars, somewhere where I read, there's quadrillions of dollars that have been stolen by the elite, by the Illuminati, by the Federal Reserve, and the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. I mean, it's an enormous amount of money that makes it $125,000 is nothing, and that was to be spent on uh, on public works projects. Well, the Illuminati could work that out, and we still don't have freedom. We've got to have freedom, and that's the message that I'm getting. Is we're on course to totally take back our freedom. We're on course. It's not going to be business as usual, no matter what it looks like. No matter what it looks like. It looks like the court and the lawyer is still planning to take over my house in less than 2 weeks now. It still looks that way. Now, I'm doing some things that you better believe I'm doing some things to stop it. I'm taking all the action I know how to take. But as I keep praying, God, I'm doing the steps that I know how to do, but ultimately the victory is in your hands. You're the one that has to bring this thing to pass. And I'm seeing myself, in a meditation today, I saw myself having parties and set free. I saw some of the steps that I'm taking bringing very, very positive results. I've already been able to, there's already a thought process going on and a feeling process of some of the changes that I'm going to make when this cloud is finally removed from me, and I'm going to be able to live in my house and not have this sense that somebody's trying to steal my house from me, which they've been doing. I've lived that way for about 6.5 years now. I have lived with this cloud that they're trying to take away from me, that which Dr. Mary willed me to have and put me in her trust to have. And it's not just one person. There's been several people, all the lawyers basically don't want me to have any part of it. And I was the one that Dr. Mary wanted to give the whole thing to. And I was the one that insisted, no, Dr. Mary, you promised Leroy, your late husband, you promised him that a significant amount would go to the Shriners Children's Hospital, or the Crippled Children's Hospital, as she always referred to it. And the Shriners have done, I mean, I read good and bad about them. The Shriners hospitals are wonderful places. I've heard good things, but I've also heard bad things about the Shriners. But there's no more business as usual. The corruption of the world is being exposed. Lots and lots and lots of people all over the planet know it. Now, there's lots that don't, but lots that do. Enough that we've gone beyond the tipping point. Enough that we've reached critical mass. Enough that we've shifted the energy. We have done it, folks. We have done it. And there's not going to be business as usual no matter what it appears, no matter how it looks, no matter what it feels to us. We have won the victory. And that's the message that's coming to me and through me this morning. And I don't know why I'm starting at 222. I didn't even have time to think what 222 means. I was thinking 333 because that's completion in another master number. 33 is a master number, and triple, three of them, that's multiple master number, and it's a 9, and it's completion. And that's where I thought I was going to be, but they said no, 222, and I don't even know what it means. It comes out to a 6. It comes out to a 4 if you just do the 2, but there's 222. That's 6. 6 is the number of man. I don't know, but they said there's no more business as usual. And let me say that where we're moving, we've never been before, so there is no point of reference. There is no knowing how it's going to be because we've never been there. We're creating it right now. It's happening right now. And Spirit isn't doing it for us, but Spirit is working with us. That's what the 2s mean? Oh my God. It means coupling. Like I talked about yesterday, relationships. When I meet my twin flame, I would be 10 times more powerful than I could be alone. That's what the 2 is telling me. It's not my twin flame. It's Spirit working with man. the spiritual man and the natural man working together, two in a union, and it makes it 10 times more powerful than spirit working by itself or than man working by itself. It has to have them both together. Oh, God, that's the message? Okay, well, that's what's coming to me. And I'm getting it in the very moment that I'm sharing it. So, anyway, this is the energy that I'm in this morning, and I'm sharing it with you. And I'm going to go back to bed and hopefully fall asleep because I've got things I've got to do today. I'm going to be a busy beaver again today, like I was yesterday. And anyway, I feel that's all I need to share with you this morning. So it's not quite 16 minutes yet, but it'll be over 16 by the time I put the title on. Anyway, namaste. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for listening.